Good, whatever time of the day it is for you guys. This is Revillia, getting back into snowy Korthos. We have gone through and made that starting character on every server. We're going to actually get in here and buy a few of those account upgrades that we were talking about on the last episode. Let's see how many of them I can get. Go into the store right away. Only got 345, that's not enough to do all of them. I was thinking we probably wouldn't get quite enough, but we should get the rest of them here before Sunday. So like I said, our primary order of operations is going to be the Mastermind of Sharn. Oh, hello Wormy. Nice to see ya. How's the audio sounding today? That's good. Those adjustments we made yesterday seem to have worked then. Okay, go back. Let's see, the second one we wanted to do was Ravenloft. Getting that one now. Good. And then I think I said I like the Shadowfell before I do the Menace of Underdark. We will get that Menace of Underdark though before Sunday, because that price is too good to pass. And we get favor for hitting various things, and these points, the first 100 you get favor, you get some at 25, and you get some at like 50, and it's pretty easy on these first characters. They're very interested in keeping you into that shop for sure. We also have our daily dice. So what we've got going. $300 points and a potion of fire. Ooh. We'll take that. Eat the stone here. Oh yeah, I forgot we got an experience elixir here. We may wait and use that in a minute. There's one of the quests in this game that is very long. Well, for fresh new people, but I will still probably use it before then. Grab everybody that has the golden cups before you head outside into the wilderness, because otherwise you're going to be sad having to run all the way back there again. Now, I would love to say that I know exactly which one's which out here, but I just know where they're at. So, we're going to go for it. Maybe we'll read the doors when we get there. So, Ingram here will have a chalice that comes over his head after we do the quests that we've already picked up. Until then, we're going to run up here. We have one more quest to pick up. With this scout up ahead. Okay, so there are two ways to get to this quest. One is the way you're probably supposed to, which is go down a path, walk around the corner, all that other stuff. And then there's the way we're going to go. Geronimo! Splash. I only do that because there's water. That would hurt if it was on land. Gonna kill you. Get you. Okay, this is stopping the Shawagin. Going in on normal. Still have Byron. Still gonna make him do some work for us. Here we go.
The air grows damp and fetid as the ancient tunnel descends.
Nope. Did not kill me before he opened the doors. We are gonna break crates again. Still need potions of healing and all that other good jazz. No, that potion of resist cold is about to become very important in this game. As in, like, immediately after. What is? Let's see if we can find these doors. Bonuses for finding hidden doors. Nothing behind them. Really? Oh, no. Players, dark vision failed there.
You hear a gate ratcheting open somewhere behind you.
Ooh, copper. Okay, you have choices here. I'll let you know. That choice has a trap on it, so we're not taking that one there. I'm gonna pull this, it'll switch which doors open. We'll run in on this side. If you're a rogue or have those rogue and trap abilities, then obviously going the other way might be for your best because you can get a trap bonus. But as I do not have that ability, we're not gonna go in there.
You hear ratcheting machine. The sound of distant snoring warns you that you are not alone here.
In case you're curious,
careful, you may be able to take the sleeping guards.
That's cold damage. It hurts. Thank you, Byron. Here we go.
The last Sahagan guard collapses to the floor. But what are they guarding?
Okay, so again we have a trap here, but this trap doesn't actually trigger right away. It'll trigger if you pull that valve, so let's not do that. We're just going to close the door. We'll leave that there. We're going to ring a gong.
You hear a slight rumble from the larger room, but then it's the second strike of the gong produces the telltale sound of cracking ice.
Ooh, I see more boxes. Uh-oh. Oh, that was the sound of a breakables bonus. At least the first one. Okay, we will climb down the ladder appropriately. Because this can hurt falling. Whee! The hire's gonna take his sweet time getting down here. Byron, where'd you go? So if you ever wonder where your hire is at, you can actually forcibly call them to you. They have a button here, this little footsteps, just automatically teleports them. Usually they're stuck on a ladder, either going up or going down. I don't understand the mechanics at times. It's also good when you've had to use that button where you make them stay still, because you don't want them to do something stupid like run into a trap and trigger it for everybody in the party.
You spot a rusty hatch submerged in
the water. You can drown. It takes a while, but you do have a breath bar.
With great relief. The air seems slightly cooler here.
Truth be told, absolutely no idea what that valve does. Let's pull it. Ooh, we're gonna go exploring. What is up here? Huh. Can honestly say never pulled that lever to find that. Interesting. Oh, and apparently, oops, we did need to search that front door. Oh gosh, now I'm lost. So I was struggling the other day to remember how many years I've been playing this game, and I realized we are coming up on our 18th anniversary for Dungeons & Dragons Online. 18 years that this game has been out. I started playing right before the 10th anniversary. When I say right before, I mean like maybe a month and a half. So I have been playing this game for 8 years now. And although Revillia is technically not my very first character, she was one of the first. She was the first one on Orion and has been my main character ever since. So there's a couple different items that come out of this chest. This is the best of the choices. Expeditious Retreat boots are wonderful to have. We're going to put those on. We're not going to use them right now just because the quest is almost over. And now we're going to put Byron to stay still. Because remember how I said they'll run into traps? That's one that's coming up is a trap. We're also going to resist some cold damage here. Now, this game has a hardcore season every so often. They just finished one, and they said they're not going to do another one this year. So we'll see. And what they found, the first season of hardcore, is that the traps in this particular room were deadly.
With the right timing, you can get close enough to redirect them.
Did you get all the items in the chest? No. So there's different types of boots that can come out of there. There's also one that is a winter boot. So that's less useful than the Expeditious Retreat boots. Okay, so unlike the last puzzle that looked kind of like this one, this isn't quite as straightforward. I had to take professional advice on how to do it the first time. And that's the fancy way of saying I wikied it.
The mist solidifies into
Okay, so
ice over the
you
ancient
don't want to necessarily start by
but it's
turning
not
this one
enough.
because it'll blast that cold right at your
Need
face.
just to
So
affect
we're just going to wait
ignis.
until it's
A layer
the end.
of ice forms over the ancient creature,
And now we're going to call Byron with us because otherwise he will
Korthos,
not
the savior,
actually come
forms
out of the quest with us.
steam billows
Oh,
from
this
the
loads us
ancient
out into a
crust of
wilderness zone.
underground
So
caverns.
in the wilderness zone, you can get points for XP for doing slayers. You can find a couple of the rare encounters around here. You also have some explorers that you can find. Korthos isn't the biggest XP to do this in. I am going to go to a few of them just because they're on the way, and any XP is better than no XP. But I'm not going to go too far out of my way to hunt them all down. You guys want to go fight Byron? Go fight Byron, sure. Whee!
The Sawagin have turned this
Die, priestess. If you ever need to resurrect somebody or get some hit points back, or spell points are usually the bigger issue because when you're out here and you need to go and you do all this as a spellcaster and then you go to quest, all of a sudden you're like, I kind of need my points back. I see the rares up here, so we're gonna go attack it. I think that's the rare. Jump, jump.
The Sawagin keep close tabs on the comings and goings of the Korthos village citizens from this opening.
Okay, that wasn't the rare. Usually, that's the spawn for it, though. I said I won't go out of my way to do these, but I'm such a creature of habit, I can't even tell you if I'm on my normal path or if I usually hit them on my normal path. It's just the way I've always gone.
Devourer cultists keep a watchful eye over the seas from this strategic lookout.
We're going to show you what happens when you jump from a height. Whee! Could have been worse.
The rumbling falls converge into a small body of water.
Oops, somebody's shooting at me. Byron, why are you letting these guys shoot me? That's a bigger jump than I want to do. So of course, everywhere that I'm jumping probably has a safe, nice, easy path to get to. I'm just not taking those. So there's a rare that does spawn down here. He'd be right about. Oh, there he is. Rare means loot. Protection is better than nothing. Now each one of the quest entrances also have a shrine next to them out here. They realize that we are all first, second, squishy leveled characters. So we're just gonna shrine up real fast. And make another weapon set here.
The decrepit catacombs.
Okay, so this is the Necromancer's Doom.
You enter a musty hall, heavy with silence and the weight of dark stone.
Do I have anything that I can buff with yet? Oh, yes, as a matter of fact. We picked that ability up a while ago and never actually turned it on. So there are some that are active and some that are just passive. This one is an imbue toggle. There's going to be multiple ones throughout different trees, throughout different classes. They are mutually exclusive though, so you can only have one on. And we completely forgot to turn ours on. Okay.
All of a sudden, the sense of rot and decay assail your nostrils. Something foul is here. In the corner, you see the glint of metal through some cobwebs.
Okay, so one of the most annoying things to hit in this game, bats.
As the secret door slides open,
They will fly everywhere but where you need them to go. They also seem to have amazing dodge. It still says I'm playing Guild Wars 2? Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop this real quick and run over there and fix that. Cool. Which probably means now it says Chapter 2 because it thinks I did something different. Okay, so different colors means various things. If you see yellow like that, that means they're resistant to whatever you're using. On normal, though, I'm gonna one-hit most of them anyway. So I'm not gonna worry about using my horrible bludgeoning weapon I have. If you see the orangey colors, means you're doing full damage. And if you ever see pink damage, it means they're actually um, sensitive to it. Which is great until it's you that you see the pink numbers on. And I say those colors, they can change. Those are all customized in your UI settings. Okay, we heard the growl sound. That means, once again, we have hit some kind of a bonus. We have an aggression bonus and one breakable broken. I guess the other guys broke out when I got close instead of me hitting them. So, quest is pretty straightforward. You just come down, do both sides. Come over here. You're going to walk towards this door, but it's still locked. And if you remember Jacob Drexelhand, we killed him once before. We shall kill him again. Let's smite him.
Drexelhand spits a curse and swears to return again before collapsing in a heap of bones.
There we go.
You take the cell key from his remains.
And we have now saved Miss Jarasco. Unfortunately, although there's sometimes some nice things in there, we are not a rogue and therefore cannot get in there. Or an artificer. And one type of ranger now can actually trap as well. So, we don't have a key and there's not one hidden in here.
The decrepit catacombs are slightly obscured by the falling water.
Nice and easy. You'll see I jump around a lot. It's just more fun. Can I tumble? I can't tumble. Heavy armor tends to do that. Come on. Okay, I'm actually off my normal path, so we are gonna have to backtrack. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just fun. So hopefully this is the one and only time I ever have to actually use my 2 little feet to get around here, because after we get off of Snorri Korthos, we are going to go farm our very first mount. But once you leave Korthos, you can't get the snow back, and you are no longer on the beginners group. Which, I mean, I just wanted to do the basic playthrough on the with other people that are also running new characters. And you guys can't see this, but somebody down here is asking for any new players needing a guild tips or elite opener. Huh, that's tempting. But I'm gonna see who it is first, because I don't know what guild they're in. So, person that's offering advice, search. I don't know who that is. So we're gonna bypass that for right now. Mainly because technically I'm not a new player. There we go. Oh, I have not gone premium yet. No. I will. Eventually. But right now we're doing the free stuff. So Wormy is asking in chat whether or not I've gone premium, and premium is when you spend any money on the game, any at all. And I will eventually spend a little bit because there's some features that get annoying, which are like restricting your amount of gold you can carry at low levels, and it gets it's not nice. It's a bad mechanic in my opinion, but it does encourage people to pay a little bit in the game. And honestly, it's just the smallest amount you got to put in there. And if they still have the package, it's worth it. That has a hireling. She's pretty cool. And as much as I would love to think that our developers and our game can run on love and dedication, it doesn't. So if you can afford a couple cups of Starbucks and avoid that for a couple days, then you should be able to just put a little bit into the game just so you don't have to handle that annoyance. But like I said, I'm not going to do that quite yet. Gonna wait till I probably hit the gold cap just because I don't remember what it's at. So we have an auto find. I'm not sure how I'm finding these. No idea. They keep going, so I'm assuming they're still making some money. Well, depending on where you read, everybody tell you that this game is dead. I haven't been doing anything, but we're still alive and kicking. I mean, I said this is 18 years, same game, and they're still putting out new content. They are going to be celebrating the Year of the Dragon with some dragon-themed stuff. It's the 50th anniversary of the actual Dungeons and Dragons, which of course this game is based off lightly. Some content more than others. It is based off of 3.5, yes. That's because when this game came out, 3.5 is what there was. 5e didn't exist. And we all know we don't talk about the 4th edition. It is a very old game.
A magical barrier humming with compressed energy resolutely blocks your path. You hope you can find a way to disable it somewhere.
But I think the graphics are still okay. I mean, mechanics work pretty well. Okay, so various times in which it's better for this guy to stay still. This is one of them. Because he does not understand that you have to do things before you break these crystals. He just sees the crystals and wants to run into the icy blast. There we go. We have to find, according to this, 4 more valves. So you can definitely go this direction. Just stay out of those icy jets. And why do you feel bad for the developers?
Without the alchemical jets coating the Canith power crystals, you can now easily destroy them. As the last crystal shatters, the hum of power slowly fades into a heavy silence.
Yeah, that's true. They have unfortunately gone through a lot of developers, a lot of programmers, and they're working over somebody else's work usually. So, and when you copy and paste, sometimes you copy and paste bugs. But as a programmer yourself, I'm sure you understand that sometimes finding that one little button That one little line of code that's messed up is not as easy as it sounds. Okay, just showing you guys in here that they do encourage you to run with it nice, well rounded party, because once again, this is a spot for those roguish unlucky types. Um, I don't know if you can at this level without getting them from the store. Okay, so as you can see, Byron's all like, I'm not walking across that. Come here. Help Amalgam protect this guy. Hello, Lars. Let's keep you safe. What have you done? My protections, they're gone. Don't worry, we shall save you.
Oh no, the Sahuagin found me.
Suddenly
And just
the
like
air
that,
shimmers with
they
the
found him
power of
right away.
magic. The Sahuagin have
So,
followed you in.
if he dies, it makes Lars, or it makes this other guy very unhappy. So, yeah.
Send so few after me. Stay alert.
Yeah, it's the fishy people. On normal, it would be very hard to get him dead, as none of us could hit that.
Our escape. Watch for more attacks.
I think there used to be a fail condition on this if he died. I'm not 100% sure. They took a lot of those away. I think, like I said, I think Amalgam just gets really mad, but I don't think you actually fail the quest. Oh, this is the big long pause in case you need to stop and get a shrine.
How do you see what I have to deal with? Once the Sahuagin get your scent, they won't stop until you're dead. It'll take more than that to put me down, Sahuagin. This shield is weakening. We might actually get through this. Just hold for a little longer.
I'm not overly concerned. I think we've got this.
The Sahuagin magic is
Ooh.
gone. We beat them off. This time.
So as you see, I got a
Aiden
deed
looks
objective,
weary after
the
surviving
monster
this
manual
latest
I've
attack.
managed to get. So
Perhaps
let me see.
you should talk to him again.
Monstrous humanoids. I have gotten 12 out of 12 types of the Shrocken, or unique ones is what that is. So this is actually important to keep looking into. You only get a couple of the freebie ones as a free person, but that's okay. Definitely want to see if you ever get those alerts to check to see what they are, because some of them are going to be points for the store, some of them are coins, so it just depends on what they are. There's not a whole lot in here. Would I say it's worth buying them for? I don't think so. Well, let's see how much they are. Let's just say monster manual. Not that we're spending our coins on it right this second. I'm just kind of curious. They're on special right now. That's why. Yeah, those are pretty pricey, but they are on special. But we are saving for what we need. Okay, so here's the thing you got to remember about this quest: is you can loot all you want. You're not actually done until you talk to this guy, though. And I have recalled out once or twice before hitting this guy.
Tell Ursa to hold the barricade just a little longer.
And you have to wait for the
Meet Amalgam
whole
at the
story.
base of Misery's Peak when you're ready.
With Hayton finally persuaded to help, the people of Korthos might finally win their struggle.
So we have action points we could spend. Can't spend them in a non-public area. Not really worth calling out for right this second. We're gonna go run back through and go to the last quests that are out here.
Leads to an old abandoned
Those are kind of pricey for what they are. Well, you can get a lot of good things out of them, so it might end up being even Steven if that's the only thing you find that you need. But there are definitely things that would be priority over that. What was I thinking? There is it. Run back the way we came earlier because I skipped this one on accident. So anytime you have this little button up here, it usually does mean that you have at least one action point. In our case, we have two. The first one, it won't necessarily alert you that you have it to spend. Once you have two to spend it, it will tell you. Which is funny because it says I have one action point to spend. I actually have two. Now, if I only spend one of the two, it will continue to alert. You'll hear the music change just a bit. Usually that means there's an enemy nearby. Byron will also go into a different position for stance when it comes to attack time.
You
Hello,
come
General
across
Bender.
a makeshift camp.
Sure.
A
What do I have in
scraggly
here I don't
dwarf
need?
Sits on a log, trying in vain to keep warm.
I permanently damaged my weapon. Sell gems. Do I even have a bow? I don't have a bow, so we're going to sell the arrows. I've got throwing hammers I can use. We got some healing potions. Potion of tumbling. I am here. Okay, so yes, I'm going to run over and grab this explorer because I know it's here. It is out of the way. I say that. Where's it at? There we go.
This
Yeah, I'll go there.
broken
I'll go that way
structure
too.
Once formed an elaborate
This one.
aqueduct that channeled water
Yep.
across the island.
I think one of my first deaths in this game ever was jumping off of one of these sides and finding out that you can die jumping. Right there. Ah! Kind of like that. That was not on purpose. I was just gonna get close. An engraved ring. Okay, so we already have one. We have one engraved ring. Putting two of the same items on is not gonna help. So we're just gonna hold that for sale. And I'm actually gonna drink one of my starter potions. Cause that fall was painful. Restaurant. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be enough though. And I know there's a bad guy over here I need to kill. See, the slayers and stuff are just not worth a whole lot.
Followers of the Devourer make sacrifices to their evil god at this
That's a
fell
little
shrine.
bit. go up the hill. So yeah, that was an exact example of what not to do right there, because if I wasn't such a tanky character, I would have died. As Wormy is reminding me, there is a shrine on the way up, and it's probably not going to fill me all the way up, so I will drink the rest of my potions after I see how many I need. Hey, we got another monster manual. Let's see what that one says. Schwagen. Reward was just some XP. Cool. Yeah, see, so if you heard enough, those rest shrines won't top you all the way off. We're going to use the starter potions because I can't share those with anybody. Okay. There are definitely different levels of these potions of healing. Obviously, that was the light potions, the lowest you can get. One of the ways I actually ended up on Orion, because it wasn't my first one. My original characters are actually on Arganescence, I think it's called. But somebody had given me the tip to go farm XP just like we did the other day, or farm the DDO points. And when I came over to Orion, one of the first things I found was somebody just kind of standing there on Korthos Island, handing out potions of healing to all the new people. And that was definitely a different feel than how I felt like we were greeted as new people on Argo. Not saying it's I don't know, maybe I was just less shy at that point because I wasn't playing with my kids on the Orion server. But we were that welcome. Yeah, no, I was playing. Yeah, exactly.
The cells in this room hold a number of
okay, so let me think. I know in here I have to do some switch pulling. There we go. Drop one set of bridges down, which opens this, which opens this, which opens these. We're gonna free the villagers. Now, if you get in with a group that's been running this game for a while, most of them are gonna skip this optional. I still like freeing people because it's the right thing to do. It's nice. Free the prisoners, free the prisoners. The experienced players will only run things that seem to be worth it time-wise. And that takes an extra like 10 seconds, so it's not worth it in the run through people. More potions. Vampire. Okay, so can I? Okay, so there was a ladder down. I was actually trying to stay up. Have I ever started with the Borderlands? Yes. But to go to Borderlands, you do lose the ability to do Snowy Korthos. You just do regular Korthos at that point, which is the exact same quests. But they're a little bit harder quests for a First Life character. We will be headed that way, though. Ooh, electricity absorption. Yes, please. Still lots of body parts. Okay, so I know I'm never going to use this starter gear again. It's just taking up space, and it's not sellable. So we are just gonna drop that to the ground there. Starter rags, same thing. Never gonna use them again. So we're gonna open up some space because as you can see, we only have 3 bags worth of space for now. Now we're gonna see if we can safely jump back the other direction because I'd rather use the ladder than fall a second time. Do you? Are you sure? I think you do. But we don't need them. Okay, so down here, once again, it's one of those handy dandy restaurants in the event you ever need it. And yes, it's gonna bug me if I don't get those 2. So, boom. Now, you can get yourself to the point that you don't have enough jump to even make that little bitty jump, especially in heavy gear. Sometimes you have to take your character's clothes off just to make jumps if you don't have enough strength behind it. Why can I detect track boxes? I can't do anything with that. That's kind of weird. Okay, so, why might you need the shrine? Let me show you. You just come running through this. Those hurt. But most traps in this game are at least somewhat avoidable. And I think they're actually going to be installing a new tumble mechanic that allows you to tumble through some of the ones that are not avoidable. That was something they were previewing in their up-and-coming stuff for this year. Gonna kill you. Well, they kind of broke tumbling. It's a fun break, but it was not an intentional one. So, well, they're trying to unbreak it, but still make it usable. I can't tumble right now because tumble's too low. Let me see if I take my shield off if I can tumble. Nope. Still can't tumble. Okay, so we are actually looking for Arissa, who can be in one of 2 different places. One of them is down here. She's obviously not here. Even if she was, though, I would not have clicked her yet because I want to go help rescue the rest of these villagers before I end the quest. Look at this, missing all these boxes. Yeah, those are new. You can spot traps like that. You get the trap one. You also got the chest one. I don't know what other ones there's. It's a lock, but it's actually just indicating it's locked, I think. Okay, so we're getting a couple things here that Byron would like, but I can't use. We're gonna open the door. Break the breakies. There have actually been a receipt, so to do all that only saves you a grand total of 54 points XP. That's definitely not worth a lot, but I freed him. We're a paladin, doing good. Ta-da! Go find your father. Okay, so those were the last of the starting question here. So we're gonna recall out. And, well, all these things done on normal. Just a little bit of favor on those. So you can run quest up to elite and get more favor. Running the same one on the same difficulty doesn't do you any good. Usually it's okay. It is going to be this times 2 and then times 3 for hard and then elite. Collaborator actually wouldn't be a bad choice to run a couple more times. Although these could be worth up to 9. The ones down here are only worth up to 6. Probably not worth rerunning. Okay, so we're going to go here. This one, we're going to take this feather falling cloak because we're going to want that here.
Your finding Titan transformed the village. It seems as if all of Korthos were holding out for news of your next great victory with bated breath.
Okay. So, again, he actually has quite a few options in here. My primary thing is going to be Anger's Wrath. It gives you 2 charges of the running speed increase. So we're actually going to start by sliding these onto some more hot bars. And then we're going to stick the other set on there too. So when one runs out, you can use the other. What cloak do I have on? Like I said, lots of hot bars for a reason. Oh, more trash that I can't sell. Welcome back. Okay, so the docents would be what the Warforged and the arty mechanical dogs would use. I am neither. I'm getting rid of them. Again, always sell your gems. Oil of Light Repair also is a Warforged item, so gonna get rid of that as well. Okay, I think I have to turn one more in back over here. I can't remember if this is part of a set. Anger's Wrath. We'll take an attack bonus. Why not? More body parts. Covered. Okay, so you're gonna step out here, and Ingram now has a quest. Please don't forget to grab it, because if you run all the way over there, you'll be very, very sad. But our scout, we haven't turned in, because we ran the other direction. So we're back up here. We're gonna go to him first. And he has a helmet for us. Intimidate and haggle. Will saves. Concentrate and tumble. Concentrate and diplomacy. Intimidate and haggle. Sure, why not? Yes, we are headed to Misery's Peak. We got a story for that one. Once we get there. Okay, so to show you what the difference is see the speed I'm running right now. We are gonna book it. Run. That run speed is only good for 5 minutes, which is definitely not long enough for some quests. Will be long enough for us to get to where we need to go, though. And we will stop at the resurrection, or the restaurant, at the shop guy when we get there to recharge that 1 charge, because Misery's Peak is kind of a longer quest. This is just back out the way we came from earlier. Yep, a little bit of back and forth, but... Oop, I heard the different noise. The music, something was following me. Might have been able to outrun him. Might as well kill him. Maximum run speed you can get naturally is at 30%. There are some classes, and they get a little bit of a boost. On top of that, it'll definitely make you feel slow when you're running next to them, or when you run it and then play a different class. So we are just gonna slowly trudge our way back up there. Once again, you're gonna get up here. Don't forget to talk to Amalgam. Yes. And it is up this way. Now, one thing I should have done while I was out there is actually spend those action points. That I should have actually done. But it's normal. We'll be okay. And Byron has now expired, so we are on our own.
A bone-chilling breeze emanates from the mouth of Misery's Peak.
Okay, so this quest is actually kind of confusing for somebody that's never ran it.
You're here.
Come,
there isn't much time.
There's definitely lots of places you can dip into and go around, and corners you have to find, and levers to switch, and various things you actually have to do versus optional things to do. And in this particular case, Lars Heighton is letting us know that a dragon is currently being controlled by a mind flayer. They are using the Mind Sunder to control him. Selena, our friends from earlier. That's okay. I'm just doing it.
Selimus, ready your
Ta-da!
I'll weaken the barrier for you.
Ready.
I'm enjoying it.
Good.
Eek.
Now to clear your path.
Hayton clears the passageway for you. Now to find this quarry mine.
I figure if I'm going to be recording, I might as well record to people. As I like to put them on my... trying to get my YouTube channel back up and running, which I figured out how to link, I think. Also probably not very popular, but I'm also not trying to make my living off of doing this. I'm just doing it for the fun of it. And if it brings at least a couple people, maybe back to the game or into the game, or I don't know. Oh, forgot to turn on my boots. See, shrines for that.
Several humanoid figures surround a glowing pedestal. Their putrid forms
Okay, so
are
after you kill everything in the area, the bubble will go away, and you must
their
stand on
faces
these.
set in silent, eternal screams.
Lots of ghouls.
The heavy door is locked by a pair of signal crystals.
Okay, so
Hopefully
we're gonna have to go up, and we're gonna have to
mechanisms
figure out
are
where
in
these
this
signal
cavern
crystals are. And they are up a ramp. And now that I've ran past my ramp, let me see if I can figure out my way back. I took a left turn in Albuquerque somewhere. There we go. So, here comes story time. First time I ran this game, this quest. I'm pretty new to the gaming. This is actually my very first game that I ever really played, and I am absolutely terrified of heights. And this was not my game to do this, because you have to walk up these little bitty slopey things, and you're gonna fall off of a cliff. And let me tell you, if you fall off a cliff, you can die. So that was not my thing. And my kid's standing over my shoulders, all like, "You can do it, Mom. You can just keep moving forward." Oh, no, it's not that easy. Obviously, as my years have advanced, I've gotten more confident in the quest. Okay. So our starter quotients. Stand on the colorful thing. So each time you hit one of these, what's that? Potion of Mage Armor. So when you stand on these, you'll see that it's now lighting up a different spot on the crystal. Oh yeah, definitely. And got us some more restaurants. Okay, so that's one of the ones we have to actually get. I think the one's up here. There'll be a verbal cue from the dungeon guides that we have found the other ones and it's ready to go. Oh, nope, it says... What color was that? So we've pulled the purple one. Now we see the orange one is glowing down below us somewhere. Ice spiders hide, but you can usually see just a little bit there. Ah! Yeah, so that's the thing. I gotta figure out how to get back up there. And as you can see, I just lost about 40 hit points falling off of that. So, yow. And we're gonna look up. I got distracted, looked away from the screen. Is green where we had? Huh. I am now thoroughly lost because I was on my normal path and I don't know where I'm at now. I fell. There's the orange we needed. I remember we needed an orange one. Oh, look how much slower we run just as soon as that expeditious retreat runs off.
Signal crystal activated, you hear the stone door at the base of the cavern rolling open.
Well, luckily, I think I can go back up this way and find that rest shrine, because, ow. Otherwise, there are quite a few around here. I mean, not fall off accidentally again. As a matter of fact, we're going to put our feather falling cloak on, just in case. Now, our Cloak of Featherfall is clicky. There are some that have permanent features that allow you to do the slow fall effect. This one, I'll show you what it looks like as we slowly fall instead of plunge to our death. Clickies do have a timer, so cool down. As we've clicked both of them, we can do this. And Geronimo! slowly going down. If you hit space or shift on the way down, it does release some of that feather fall, which means you can go a little faster on the fall, but make sure you let up before you hit the ground. Okay, we go this way. I honestly did not realize he was missing until I stepped all the way out here. And I wasn't gonna run all the way back out again. I'm on normal after all. Or me is right. I would have typically carried another hire. Mainly because, like I said before, if you die in a quest, there's plenty of spots that can usually be rezzed, and your hireling can actually carry your soul stone to the place if necessary. So when you're running by yourself, it's kind of like a safety in your back pocket. You don't want to feel like you're needing them. You can always leave them parked at the front door, just in case.
Chills run down your spine as you finally come face to face with a dragon that has been terrorizing
Dragon!
us. Even at rest, it is a truly awesome beast.
Get him, guys, get him! They're causing the distraction. That's right, I'm supposed to run past. Run
The door at
past.
the rear of the cavern pops open. Cultists attracted by the roar of combat rush out to confront you.
Run, 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 run. Okay, I think I'm okay with my boots. Got 2 more charges left. We're getting most of the way through this quest. Hardest part when you don't know it is definitely the lights and lasers area. Figuring out which ones have to be turned on, which ones don't. This part can be a little bit annoying too if you don't. I guess a lot of the quests, once you know where you're going, you know where you're going. These guys are gonna show you why having something called Shield as a spell is a good choice, as they're pounding me with those magic missiles. Okay, so story time number 2. This thing is very,
The
very
ground
clear.
quavers, and you look down to see a tunnel beneath the ice. The dragon roars.
As a matter of fact, I
as
don't
it
even think my
thunders
graphics are all the
after
way up. Let me
Saimas
check.
and Jeets and Talron. The ruse is working.
No. This doesn't. Yeah, but you don't really learn a quest that way. You end up just following all the time. I may have just hit buttons I shouldn't have done. And there are definitely some people that like to just follow along. So, anyway, back to this. You can see through this, and again, afraid of heights. And there was a dragon that ran underneath my feet. I was like, no, not going across that. Took my kids going, go across, mom, go across. You're not gonna fall through. But it looks like my heavy iron wearing person should fall through this nice sheer piece of glass, ice. But you don't. But like I said, was a new player to video games in general, and a fear of heights. Not a good combination in this quest.
Another heavy door bars the way out. Once again, signal crystals are set
And
into
back
the
to finding
wall.
more signal crystals. So Wormy does have a couple, does have a point. Some people will just choose to run the quest with others, and that's a valid way to play the game. I tend to like to actually go the other way. When if it's content I don't know yet, I will run it on a stupid easy difficulty. I've been known to take my biggest kids, my biggest characters into a heroic normal version, just so I can kind of go through the storyline without actually worrying about dying on the newest of content. Because there's something to be said about. Yeah, I know some games can trigger my fear rights. There's something to be said about actually following the story that the developers have put out for you. And I want to know what they all are, and the flower sniffing, and the groups like that don't want to listen to the story because I've already done it, or it's not fast. I just like to learn it. Go to the areas that they don't go into.
You feel fresh frozen air gust in from the newly opened door below.
Yeah. So most of the time for me, the hardest part's remembering where I was headed, because I'll get disoriented. Nothing but the quick map that doesn't show you where you're going. I'd actually say this is probably one of the trickier early quests there are, between having to figure out where all the things are and all the other. There's multiple places where you have to go find those various levers to do. And that ice flenser goes. Hit me. See purple? Purple means vulnerable. Okay, there's a zombie. So until you kill all the guys in the area, those lights on these stands will not turn off. Whack. Just killing the bad guys. Let's see. More starter potions. Cure wounds. I missed one somewhere. Oh, there it is.
Waves of psychic
There's the
energy
evil, nasty
pound
mind
into
flayer.
you as you spot a green
He's the
crystal
reason
on the ledge
the
ahead.
wire tricks us is
Blast.
causing the
This
snowy
must
village to
be
stay
the quarry mine
this way, a
sunder.
permanent set of winter, just because he's being controlled by an evil, nasty mind flayer. So we're gonna watch the little scene here.
The Mind Flayer and Dragon are locked in a contest of wills.
What?
This could
We're gonna
be your
get this taken
chance
care
to
of.
destroy the Mind Sunder.
Okay, so
The
remember I
Mind
said
Flayer
we're gonna
shrieks
use our
as it loses the Mind
experience
Sunder's
potion
power. The dragon
after the
reasserts
long
its
quest.
will
That's
and
this one.
looks very annoyed.
Don't really probably need to do that, but first life characters don't need as much XP to get to level 20, and I will probably regret that in a minute. Here we go.
Here, take this portal, so you won't have to walk back.
Boop.
And like magic, the snows stopped. Savior of Korthos! They cheer as you return. But destiny has greater plans for you than just this small village.
Not quite level 3. Yeah, not quite level 3. Not sure why his thing went yellow again. Ah! And you're right, not quite level 3. So what I'm going to do is quickly demonstrate the difficulties on this quest. So, the first time we ran this quest, we could only do it on normal. Now we can do it on hard. I'll show you that it will open up elite once we get done this one as well.
Dust
Why this one?
and mold
Because it's
fill
short.
this ill-maintained storehouse. You can hear the telltale skittering of vermin nearby.
Potion of jumping, yes please. As a matter of fact, for farming my DDO points, I ran this quest on each server 3 times to get up to the 6-point version. I'll try it.
This appears to be the main
Um,
storeroom. It seems the villagers have been preparing for
Yeah.
a protracted
So the second life you have, you can start everything on hard. And the third life and beyond, you can start everything on elite.
A large silver key
There's my silver
falls
key.
and a Sahagin emerges from a hidden
So,
passage.
On the ones where I was just running through, and I wasn't on a server I was going to keep, I did not worry about killing this guy, because honestly, I didn't care what was in his chest, but he might need some, maybe we'll find something good in here. Maybe not. I am not going to worry about breaking bonuses and stuff like that.
The door, it appears that the floor in this room can be moved and rotated. The protective spell dissipates. All that remains now is to
Still
take
not
and
quite enough,
deliver
so
the
we will
scroll.
run it one more time on elite. And see if that does it for us. So now we're able to open it up elite. And if Reaper was a difficulty on Korthos, it would actually open up the Reaper difficulty as well at this point. You can see it's no longer locked. But Korthos does not have a Reaper capability.
Dust and mold fill this ill-maintained storehouse. You can hear the telltale skittering of vermin nearby.
So ideally, once we get off of the Korthos area, we will find a party to run in that will allow us to run on Elite just to begin with, instead of having to do the triple run into each quest.
This appears
May
to be
happen,
the main
may not.
story.
We'll see.
It seems the
Unfortunately, when you run through the people, there's a good chance I'm not going to be able to show you as much because they'll also know it pretty fast. Ooh, another potion of tumbling.
a large silver key
Don't
falls
normally
out
see
of
it
the
in that
crate.
box, but every so
The
often.
Sahagin emerges from a hidden passage demanding the key. You mustn't let the scrolls fall into devourer hands.
Anything good this time? Nope. Although, I don't think as a paladin I get tower shields. I think fighters are the only ones that get those naturally.
The
Yeah,
door
look at that.
swings open. It appears that the floor
You didn't
in
hit me
this
with
room
much,
has
but it
been
doesn't take
moved
much to
and
hit
rotated.
hurt with those magic missiles. There are clickies, just like the Featherfall clicky on the cloak, for a couple items that have magic missile
Protective
protection.
spell dissipates. All that remains now is
There
to
we
take
go.
and deliver the scroll.
So we're able to earn just enough XP to get up to level 3. Gonna take that level real quick. As a paladin. Now you can multi-class. Like I could come take a cleric level, take a monk level. There's a few things I can't take as a paladin because, like, barbarian. It's gonna say no because you're lawful. So, and you cannot cross those. So they have says you cannot be a raging angry person and a holy person of goodness at the same time. Okay, use UMD. And more intimidate. Okay, so let's see, what did I get? Ore of Courage, Divine Health, Fear Immunity, Religious Lore. Correct. Good old days. Two-handed fighting. Toughness. Yeah, see, I'd have to take Tower. Yeah. Kind of wish it was. Um, Guess we're gonna go with the weapon focus slashing weapons. And we are now immune to fear. Spend my action points, and then I'm gonna get off for a little bit here. here. You know, it's kind of funny that this is redundant. Just realize your Aura of Courage now grants an additional bonus against fear. I guess maybe that's for other people because I literally just became immune to fear. I also get another bonus Dudite. We're going to take that. And yeah, allies, okay. I'm going to take this cleave attack. Yeah. And we are going to remember to put that down here where I can use it. Okay, now let's make our quick journey off of this lovely island and on to the next and head to Stormreach. And we are now in Stormreach Harbor. Hey, it looks like I've got mail. Let's go check that real quick. Run, run, run. This is definitely the main area that starts off a lot of people. Let's see, we're going to see a lot more people in the area here. Hey, that's the group that was asking if people needed help. They're actually a decent sized guild, so maybe I'll join them after all. Okay, here we go. This is what the mailbox looks like here. They do have some different designs to the mailboxes depending on where you're at. So okay, well, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your class. Yeah. This gave me, that was the first bonus that we already took. This one is 25 more points to spend. So let's see. Do I have enough in the story yet? Nope. Still need a lot more. I need another 51. So we'll come back and play a little bit later. Right now I'm going to grab some food and take a break. Thank you.